Good morning, day 4. Wake up and walk. 4 for 30. So thought we'd go out the back here this morning. Yesterday was a big day for me as far as activity being here. I got in about 11.5 kilometers, somewhere I guess around 6 or 7 miles. Unexpectedly. Just kind of kept going and going and going. Apartment hunting in a suburb where I used to live, although this is actually kind of my preferred neighborhood. But sometimes you gotta make those adulting choices and figure out, what's kind of convenient for other aspects of your life. But the verdict isn't in yet, so we can keep looking. Monday morning here. As you can see, it's a bit of a different vibe. Somebody's doggies aren't happy. It's cooler. Rocking the pants this morning. And the service boots with extra ankle support. It seems to have rained a little bit last night. I'm a little hoarse. A little hoarse from I think probably the pollution yesterday in the suburbs was a bit heavier than it is here. I know they've got the Asian World Conference coming up, so when they do that, they have a tendency to clean things up as much as possible. So even here you'll see large trucks atomizing or vaporizing water in the air to sort of knock down the low-lying smoke and smog and pollution and whatever else, and it does make a considerable difference. It cleans things up. I don't think they're doing that in the burbs. So, and there wasn't much wind yesterday, so it was pretty fierce. But it's not as bad as it used to be, and I want to make sure that people understand that. They've really moved forward from where they were 10 years ago about making this place habitable and livable for people. Sort of by default, obviously. But it looks like I got one of those giant Japanese hat bills. It feels a little silly. Here. There we go. Alright. I don't know if that's an improvement, but at least you can get a look at it. Excuse me. Yeah. Chances are I will kind of come down with a little bit of a cold. It's been my experience when I move overseas into a new city, whether it's Bangkok, Kuala Lumpur, or back here in Guangzhou. The body sort of readjusts to the air quality, and so you end up getting a little bit of a cold. And depending on your quality of health, depends on how sort of resilient you are about it. Sometimes you go through a little bit of a stomach flu as well. That hasn't happened yet, so we'll hope that's a good thing. Now look at this little guy. He looks sad and pitiful, but he probably could be vicious as hell. He's just kind of chilling right there. You don't see too many of these little guys around. Yeah, he looks kind of... Be wary. Your natural instincts like, oh hey little doggy. And you get real next to them and they get kind of weirded out. The dogs in China definitely have a different way of carrying themselves, even with pet owners. They just don't seem to be as interested in other people. Here's a little happy guy right here. Hey, buddy. Yeah. She pulled the rope. You know how they are. I don't know if it's the culture or the way they're raised. A lot of dogs here walk with their owners off the leash, but sometimes you'll see an owner training the dog, sort of with corporal punishment. They'll have the dog and a bamboo rod. So, I have a different idea of what pet ownership is. So their behavior is a little bit different. So I'm always leery of dogs. That's my real point here. Is even if you're a dog lover, when you're overseas, you definitely want to be careful. It's a big problem, like in Thailand, being Buddhist, and they believe that animals are part of the reincarnation chain. So lots and lots of sort of homeless dogs and other critters. Soy dogs, as they're called. The street is called the soy. I think soy dog means something else. So it's not uncommon that people will ruin their holiday by getting bit by a soy dog and spending whatever it is the next week or so getting rabies shots. So, needless to say, I'm pretty cautious about that, even though I love the dogs. I usually wait for them to make the approach. The ride's here. As opposed to approaching them, even as like sad and pitiful as that dog looked like. I just don't want to get bit. Have to go through the hassle of like going to the doctor and the hospital here, which is all, you know, pay as you go. Even if you have travel insurance, you still gotta pay up front. So it's pretty crazy. So there's my lecture about dogs on a Monday morning. I'm not sure where that went. I think I'm still trying to wake up. You can see all the little kids somewhere here going to school in their little uniforms. We went out the back here because I wanted to see how long it took, and I could smell it. And look who's open. The old Pacific Coffee Company, which originally came out of Seattle and later on became a pretty huge franchise in Hong Kong and then into mainland. They got a nice line out the door. So, just about 9 minutes to here. I guess we can walk up front here to the main drag. We'll come back. We'll get our 10 minutes. We'll get our coffee and take our 10 minutes back. And then I have to decide whether I'm going to stay in the city tonight or head out to the countryside for the overnight. That's kind of the safe way to do it. Otherwise, I get up really early tomorrow, roll the dice on making the metro connection to the bus connection to get out there, to be there on time. And if something messes up, then I gotta put in for a taxi, which isn't bad. It's like 6 to 1 right now, so. So you can see the road's much busier than the back way. And this has all been redone since I left over the summer. They dug this all up, put in fiber optic or something. So there it is. All right, we know from the door to Fish Boy, it's 10 minutes. So I appreciate you listening. I appreciate you supporting me. This challenge is important to me, so I'm going to get it through it. And hopefully you'll find out a little bit more. If you got any questions about Guangzhou or China or living overseas, you can hit me up. Just leave me a message. I'll try to answer it to the best of my knowledge or experience. So, thanks a lot. See you tomorrow.